Hello and welcome back to Open, everyone. The Bronx is filled with many immigrants from different countries that have experienced transitioning to the United States in different ways. And Longwood Arts Gallery's newest exhibition, Foreign Familiar, focuses on 7 visual artists with different interpretations of current public discourses regarding immigrant refugee communities. And joining us to tell us more, we welcome Longwood Art Gallery manager Julia Pimes Mata and artist Tijay Mohammed. Welcome, welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome, Julia. Congratulations on your new position at Longwood Arts Gallery.
Yes, I'm really happy to be there.
Yeah, well, it's nice to see just different faces and just the rejuvenation of the art gallery just in motion. And, of course, the work that you guys do with regards to the community and giving a voice to those who are or could be voiceless, right? And let's just share a little bit about, I guess, the process behind this curation.
Definitely. So the exhibit was curated through an open call. So we did some outreach over the summer, asking for people to submit their work, Bronx artists to submit their work. And we were looking for pieces which touch upon articulating experience of immigration, movement, just really talking about what it means from a personal perspective or a historical perspective to be someone who might be called an immigrant. And so...
Well, are we all immigrants? I mean, really? Isn't that what America's built on?
Yeah, definitely. And I think what was really exciting about it was to see all the different variety of submissions that we got. All the staff at the Bronx Council on the Arts, we curated it collectively. And then from that, we picked a list of 7 really amazing artists who I'm happy are a part of the show right now.
So I know we're going to show some of the images, and so you did this open call, right? Kind of, right? And then you narrowed it down to 7. And so did you pick the artists based on cultures or different cultural backgrounds or different sections of the Bronx? How did you decide?
Yeah, definitely. I think it was more about what the work was saying. So something that we observed was that a lot of people were talking from a very personal perspective. So, making work about what was their personal experience of coming here to this country or talking about what that journey was like. And then we also had people who were talking from a more historical perspective. And so it was kind of a balance of how do we represent the ways in which this is an ongoing conversation, and it's not a particularly new one, but, we want to speak to what the moment feels like currently. And
so, TJ, you're one of the artists on display?
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about your work. Welcome, TJ.
Thank you.
Where are you from?
Ghana.
From Ghana?
Yeah, born in Kintampo. I grew up in Nima, which is just like the Bronx. The nickname for Nima is Boogie Down Nima.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of like you're right at home.
Yeah, home in home.
Yeah, home and home. So how long have you been here in the Bronx?
Since 2003. No, 2013, sorry.
2013?
Yeah.
All right. And so what has your experience been?
First of all, New York City in general, it's very colorful, and in my work I try to express more colorful to spark the incitement within us and also to critique the current affairs that is ongoing with every community that I enter. So my experience was very flexible, and then I didn't see it very far from where I was coming from. Of course, home to me, it's not a physical space, it is a state of mind, and then, yeah, so connecting with the Bronx felt like I was sitting in my own couch in Nima.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. Thank you for saying that. That's lovely. That's lovely. So in this, I guess, this open call, coming in, did you feel like your voice was just a nice blend to the combination that was, I guess, put together? Because you can very easily feel like an outcast and or feel like part of the family. Which was it for you?
No, it was part of the family. And because you enter the exhibition, I felt I entered the exhibition through my work, which was also about home. And then walking in, it had objects that sparks those kind of imagination and experiences about where you would call a physical home.
So how many of what is your work? Is it fine art or photography or sculptures?
Yeah, so for what I have there, it's major in photography,
Okay.
but it is an installation kind of, because it starts with a wall, which the wall it's also very significant to the piece. So it's a wall that has photographs on it, and then it has like a box that has display of objects.
Nice. So it's interactional. It's interaction,
It's very
right?
interactive.
Interactional
Yeah.
art, right? And so how. That's wonderful. I'm getting a visual. I mean, we showed some of the images, and so who are these? Where are these? All of the artists from? I mean, we're meeting Tijay, but there's 6 other artists that are on display. Where are they from?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, it's funny that you say part of the family too, because actually Tijay's cousin is one of the artists, which we didn't know while curating it. But yeah, so artists from Ghana. We have artists from Ecuador, Puerto Rico, and also a couple of people who they're Black American, and so they're kind of talking more about like diaspora in that sense.
Right.
So it really reflects, different populations in the Bronx from what was submitted to us.
So before we go, I want to ask a question regarding our current climate in society, right? And let's just say somebody who's visiting or wants to visit this exhibit. What do you think that they're going to leave with? How do you feel it serves in kind of counteracting the division and the segregation that's being exercised publicly?
Yeah, I think one of the main things that we wanted to address was that right now there's a lot of ways in which people are being spoken for and not really being allowed to have a lot of nuance about what is your particular story. And so it's the hope of the exhibition that from people having the space to talk about what their personal experience is, we allow that type of nuance, and we allow a complexity of story that's not often, that's just not often given space for.
And so if you can answer that question as well, Tijay, coming from being someone who's fairly new here. I mean, you're here 6 years now because it's 2019.
Yeah.
And how that's been for you, because you came in during a certain era, right? We had a different president versus, the one that's in office now. It's an entirely different feeling.
It is. And sometimes, when I speak with my family, like in Ghana, it's there's some kind of like disappointment, if I should say, with what is happening. But because they're scared for us who are not like home, we are like outside. But we try to tell them that no, where we are is like home. We're being protected, and we also like where we are, and we enjoy it. So going back to your question, the experience that I feel that and I hope people would get from this show is that to be included and also to feel they are being like their voice are being amplified. Because all the artists that I saw on display are community engagement artists, and these are artists who work with the community and amplifies their voices.
Beautiful. Well said. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. That's awesome. Thank you guys for the work that you're doing. And here's to all of us celebrating inclusion. Inclusion. And once again, Foreign Familiar will be up on display until February 27th at Longwood Arts Gallery, which is located at 450 Grand Concourse at Hostos College. And for more information, you can visit bronxarts.org. We have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll talk about a romantic comedy about coffee. Stay right there.